순간 분위기가 심장이 뛰고 있네. 아무 생각 안 나게 밖으로서 타이트하게 널 감싸줄래. 상상만 했던 너의 실루엣이 내 눈앞에. 난 느낌대로 가는 거야. Oh no baby. 내가 할게 리듬 내가 시키는 대로 해. 너와 나만 아는 비밀이야. 서로 위로해. 이불을 꽉 조져. Let's role play. Take me to your paradise. Just take me to your paradise.
We got free boba at the office. What is this? Oh my god. We are at Anchor Brewery. A lot of PMs and some engineers are here. We have a dinner actually, so we're just here hanging out before then. Yeah, PM offsite begins. Hi Uniqlos! I know what you're thinking. Chloe, isn't this a career advice video? Why are you traveling? Great question. This isn't me debating you into the lifestyle side of my channel. Of course not. I'm actually here in the Bay Area because Discord has a PM offsite and we're all here in Napa Valley for some team bonding. And I thought that filming this long-awaited how I broke into product management with no experience video would be really interesting this way for you and for me. So we're gonna go hiking and wine tasting and eat food together and hang out. So without further ado, let us begin. So hot.
When she was born was like the first play session today, and he goes on 4.
I first heard about PM in college and I didn't really know what it was. I actually got offered a PM role after my first job at Google and I declined it because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I got another offer to join the BD team and the BD team had an amazing VP. The story is I started my extroverted BD life in the creator economy back in the days when it was kind of cringe to be a creator. But I love the space. I founded the creator partnerships team. I launched some of the most legendary productions and I'm still very proud of today. But no matter how great of a partnerships person I was, the bottleneck was always a product. Our users just couldn't do that much on the platform and it severely limited their careers. So then I got really obsessed with coming up with product ideas and working with the engineers and designers to improve the platform for the creators. It was the coolest thing to collaborate with such talented people and build something so concrete that I can show to users. So that was when I knew I wanted to make a career switch. Yeah. I see. Nature's so HD. Damn. We're here at Harvest Moon. I first tried transitioning within the company, and if you've ever done that before, it's very bureaucratic and a lot of politics to navigate. Not very easy to do something like that. My CEO was supportive of the move, but he deferred to HR. Then the HR exec was like, I'm supportive, but there isn't any headcount. And my manager at the time yelled at me for even bringing this up. She said I was selfish, I was unprofessional, I don't think of the team. I shared this on a previous video before, so you can check that out. But yeah, she was like, you're burning this bridge by trying to leave. So then transferring for me was a no-go. All right, I'm gonna go back to the team. All right, we are headed to dinner. I think we have a private courtyard area. I'm excited to eat some food. People are sitting.
I want to be impressive during
Hi Uniqlos! We're back from the PM offsite. Unfortunately, I didn't get to film any of their other questions there because I was so busy, so I'm gonna do it here from my humble abode. Next question. I obviously had to apply elsewhere. Thankfully, I had a PM friend at the startup who took me in as his mentee and taught me everything he knew about product. I first tried applying to PM roles by myself and I got rejected everywhere. I think PM is just one of those gate-kept careers where you absolutely have to have experience to get even the first job. So yeah, that's what I lacked and I had to go spend some time to get some experience. I would do my BD job as fast as possible and then run to the designers and engineers to work on product proposals and get things to ship just so I can get those bullet points on my resume. You have to remember having experience shipping features is a prerequisite for even getting a callback. Good morning. We are now headed back to San Francisco. Our offsite is over. A lot of radical changes. First, I didn't show my best self. I showed that I was best for the role. I revised every single bullet point and I drove it back to product impact. So what does that mean? It means I took all the things in my job that wasn't product related and then I changed all the bullet points to shipped X feature that drove Y% success metric that resulted in a Z% lift in company metric. That is the formula. I also needed to show that I have experience working with designers, engineers, data scientists, and executives in shipping features to help move company metrics forward. After that was crystal clear on my resume, I finally started making it to the interview stage. Yeah! If you're interested in seeing my personal resume that got me my first PM job, you can find it on my Gumroad link down below. I also have resume templates, tips, and sample impact statements for you as well. Actually, quick detour before I move on to the next topic. I hope y'all know that being a product manager is very different from all the other PMs out there. A skill that is an absolute must in the role is being able to understand who your customer is and what they need so you can convince a team on what to do and why. That is it. That is the role. And you can get started with honing these skills with today's sponsor, Dovetail. Dovetail is the customer user research platform that helps you understand what your users really want. Typically, this is setting up a lot of calls with users, compiling your notes, and it just gets very manual and time-consuming real fast. But with Dovetail, all you gotta do is upload your interview clips, which gets automatically transcribed. Then you can use their powerful suite of tools to organize your research, categorize and mark up your notes, easily find insights to highlight to your team, and inform your product strategy and roadmap. The way that Dovetail organizes everything helps you get to the bottom of what people really want faster. So try out Dovetail today with my unique link down below. Thank you to Dovetail for sponsoring this video. Now let us resume. Let me just say, product interviews are so hard. They're not very indicative of how well you do in a PM job. So how I prepared was I read Cracking the PM Interview, which I think is pretty outdated, but they have a really good behavioral question section, and also Decode and Conquer, which is also a little outdated, but it has really good frameworks for answering PM questions. The interview loops that I prepared for were product sense, product execution, leadership, and sometimes XFN or cross-functional loops if the company was looking for it. Also, I had to do a couple of take-home tests, which is like the company will say, we have a problem with our users on this product. How would you fix this? Write a proposal. So I would have to write PRDs, which are product requirement documents, or create a presentation and share and present with a panel of people. It really depends on the company. Also, in a lot of these intro calls, you'll likely be asked what is your favorite product or least favorite product and how would you improve it. So be prepared for those. I'd say I spent like 3 months prepping for product interviews in my first round, and I don't think I was good at it because I just didn't have much experience. But then I got some PM offers at some not super well-known startups and then a product operations offer from Facebook. Most of you know I chose Facebook. I worked my butt off at Facebook. Like, I was working Saturdays, Sundays. I finagled my way to get into a lot of lead roles and to spearhead a ton of big projects across multiple teams, across the full org. I then begged my PM leads and my director to give me any PM projects. And then finally, I was able to lead my own product engineering team on live online events. But I was not a PM on paper. So I actually got connected to Deb Blue, who was the VP of Product and Marketplaces, to help me out. She was like, girl, I got you. You can totally join Marketplaces as a PM. Let me figure it out. But then we both got blocked by Facebook HR. They slammed me down because they were like, we got processes to abide by. Hello? It's gonna take you at least 6 months for us to even have a chance to have this conversation again. Why don't you wait? And I was like, life is too short. I don't know if I can wait 6 months just to have a carrot dangled on a stick. I've been there before. I'm not doing it again. Actually, my first PM job was at TikTok. Interesting, huh? I knew that I just couldn't accelerate my career at Facebook. The internal mobility is garbage there. Even if I joined there, I felt like my scope was so little. I would end up putting a button from right to left, left to right, up and down, big or small, blue or red. And that's like not game-changing or substantial in any way. I don't know. So I joined TikTok as a lead PM in trust and safety. I first worked on combating misinformation during the US election. Then I worked on data privacy products. Then I became the product lead on combating harassment and bullying on TikTok Live, so built a lot of moderation tools there. Product impact-wise, it was awesome. I had some sick projects, but a lot of people know that I didn't have like the best time there, as you can see, but it's fine. It just wasn't a good fit for me long term. Even though this was formerly my first product manager role, I didn't really have any imposter syndrome. I knew how to understand what problem spaces to prioritize, how to look at different solutions. I knew how to execute. It just all felt very natural. And I think it's probably because it took me 2 whole years of being very serious about transitioning into product to finally landing my first PM job because I had no experience. So I guess it made my transition very smooth in the end. So that is a story of my humble beginnings of breaking into product management. I know that I didn't have the easiest job because like 2 years is a long ass time to be chasing a job. So to add some more flavor, I did ask some of my coworkers to share their experiences breaking into product. Here we go.
Here they are! Hello, I'm Shri, PM on the growth team at Discord.
And
Hi, I'm Amanda, PM on the messaging and gaming teams.
I kind of got into it accidentally. I interviewed as a software engineer at Microsoft, and while talking to the hiring manager, vocalized my wants and needs. I liked big problem thinking and like focusing on a user versus like focusing on like the code that solves that problem. And he was like, well, you're like a better fit for a PM. And then kind of made my way into the PM internship instead.
My first PM job was at Microsoft. I worked in Xbox. Not a gamer. I was not a gamer when I started. And I actually also got into it accidentally. So basically what happened was when I was in college, I was studying industrial engineering, was working a lot of normal kind of business internships. I realized that my computer science friends were making a lot more money than me.
that's true.
I was like, oh, let me like do my last internship in tech. And so I actually applied online and got an interview as a software engineer intern.
Okay.
I did my internship at Microsoft that summer as a software engineer, and that summer very much confirmed that like I did not like programming, just like how I didn't like programming in school. And I actually like found out about product management while I was interning at Microsoft, and then I did a interview while I was there and got a return offer as PM.
whoa, wait, you had to ask to have your return offer as a PM instead of software, right?
So I actually got both return offers, and then I picked the PM one.
Smart cookie.
That's hard to do. Ask for what you want and talk to a lot more people. I think the way that my accidental way of getting in was expressing like what are the types of problems I wanted to solve and what I wanted to really be doing in my career. It wasn't necessarily coding behind a computer, it was talking to users, talking to like designers and PMMs, being a bit more like full picture than like just one little segment. So I had to like talk that out loud in order for people to tell me, here's the way that you can kind of get yourself into it.
I would actually echo what Shri said. I think
+1.
like definitely do your research, talk to a lot of people, try to network if you can, and even if you like don't know people in your life that are product managers, you can look up things on the internet, you can watch Chloe's videos.
Yes.
And I think the reason why it's important to sort of understand that is you first understand what like product management is, and then so when you're out in those roles, you're able to articulate exactly what you're looking for, and people will take you a lot more seriously.
Great words of wisdom. That's all we have for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed both Shri and Amanda's answers. And that's it. See you next time. Bye! Please let me know what parts resonated with you and what you found really helpful. And thank you to the Uniqlos who have been supporting me. Y'all make life extraordinary. If you want to be a Uniqlo and have your name up here, come join my Discord and become a premium member or become a Twitch sub. That's all for now. I will see you next time. Bye!